is Tony Gubber.
Peter Nicholas tonight sets a new record of 73 Welsh international caps, and in the absence of the injured Kevin Ratcliffe, is given the captain's job in a match that Wales must win. Goals are required, and so Liverpool's Ian Rush and Manchester United's Mark Hughes resume their striking partnership, with Dean Saunders now suspended after his sending off against Germany. Number 6, Andy Melville, takes on the sweeper's role vacated by Ratcliffe, and fullbacks David Phillips and Mark Bowen will be encouraged to give support along the flanks. Visitors Luxembourg have lost all 4 matches so far in Group 5. Most of the team are part-timers with jobs as bank clerks, teachers and council workers, but 2 who do play professionally outside Luxembourg are number 7, Guy Hellers, and number 10, Robbie Langers, in Belgium and in France. And what a cold and wet night it is here in the National Stadium in Cardiff. Rain all day, which at times has been hailstone, and is still falling as this vital match for Wales kicks off. They've got to win to keep pressure on Germany for that place in the European Championship finals next summer. Melville back to Southall. 11 seasons as the Welsh number 1. He's got off underneath it with Phillips. Rush, Phillips. Hughes is furthest forward, and the flag's gone up for offside. Scored 6 goals this season so far for his club, Manchester United. Thoughtful pair, Terry Yorath and Peter Shreves is number 2, who's kept that role, although of course he is now in charge at Tottenham. Bowen down the left now. Rush and Hughes are both in the middle. Looks too close to the keeper, but he chose to punch. Phillips. Yes, surely. Well, it was that punch by the Luxembourg keeper, Reiswick, that caused all that. He might have tipped that over the bar for a corner. Instead, he chose to punch, and it was a poor one that only went as far as David Phillips, who turned it back and almost picked out Ian Rush. This is Bowen. Again, Luxembourg are quick to funnel back in defence and close the gaps. Certainly looks like they've come to defend in numbers. Once they lose possession, they're just leaving Robbie Langers up front. Bowen. Hughes was fouled. Pearson's the offender. Well, Wales have got 6. Malget. Oh, there's a break on here. That's a good ball out to Langers. And they've got 2 coming up this left side. There's number 9, Groff, and 5, Petrie. Oh, Groff slipped, and Wales can be thankful for that, because in their anxiety to get forward and support, they suddenly were vulnerable. And the message for Wales is clear. They're going to have to be really quick and really sharp to get through what looks like a well-organised Luxembourg defence. And they're also going to have to be careful not to concede anything themselves, particularly when this guy's in touch. Malget, who's looked a real handful. He goes past 2 of them, and he cuts it back. Well, they've got to watch Malget. He's 30 years of age. He's a bit of a veteran. He's a bank clerk when he's not a footballer, but his touches in this first 26 or 27 minutes have looked really good. He manages to cut this back. He doesn't get it around Eric Young, and that was fortunate for Wales. Now Phillips, can he get a good ball in here? This time left-footed, surely! Oh, there were 2 there, and they didn't get contact. And that'll be a throw to Wales. And there was Ian Rush and Gary Speed on the far post. Gary Speed might have got in Ian Rush's way. Hughes needs help. And he finds it from Phillips. Trying to tee it up for Nicholas. This is Bowen. Now Gary Speed. Oh, looked like a handball there. I think the player intended it. It was when he fell on it. And now Luxembourg again break quickly. There's space down this left side. If you look over here, there's acres of space. Gruff, here he is. They found him. Well, Wales can be thankful again that the ball wasn't delivered quicker to number 9, Joel Gruff, because when Luxembourg got back in possession, he sprinted down this left side, and if the ball had come out to him straight away, Wales would have been in real trouble. Horn. Hughes was well covered by Giret, who concedes a corner, and this is in stoppage time. Well, can Wales finally open things up? It's been a frustrating first half. 8 is Weiss. Peter Nicholas will take it for Wales. And again, the keeper punches, and not too convincingly. Oh, they might get caught again here. They're streaming forward on the break. This is Langers. Horn trying to cover him. Langers slipped in his anxiety. A great shot! Oh, what a shot by Robbie Langers. Well, the message has been there right from the start for Wales. Although they're considered favourites and they're looking for a victory, Luxembourg must have absolutely shaved the post. And the player from Cannes in France giving a real scare to Wales as the whistle goes for half-time. And that's boos that you can hear ringing out. Crowd in Cardiff not too pleased with the scoreline at half-time that reads Wales 0, Luxembourg 0, but thankful, I'm sure, that their side are not one down. Neither side has made a substitution at half-time. And Wales with cause to reflect, not so much on the chances that they created, but on the breaks where they were caught by Luxembourg, and where, but for some rather fortunate adventures, they might have conceded a goal. Groff, who shot from too far and slipped on another occasion, and then that sizzling shot from Robbie Langers. Wolf's header. This is Groff. Dispossessed by Phillips. There's little support for David Phillips. Hughes. This is Horn. Down. This is Nicholas. It's Petrie who hoisted it in the air. And Luxembourg have cleared it now. Hazelwood. Forward by Bowen to Mark Hughes. Back to Bowen, but offside. Mark Hughes offside when that ball was played. Difficult looking at that to imagine how he could have been, when if you're level with the last defender these days, you're still onside, but the linesman on the far side thought so, and the flag went up. Giret. Southall invited to kick. That's Rush. Back to Phillips, who hoists in a good ball. Speed. Well, it was route one by Wales. It was a really deep kick by Neville Southall. It was won by the forwards and played out to David Phillips and knocked in first time for Gary Speed's diving header. Or maybe that's the tactic that Wales have decided to adopt in the face of what has looked a very well organised Luxembourg defence. Maybe try and get them on the back foot. Free kick. And that's a second caution for Luxembourg. Guy Hellers, following Marcel Bossy into the book. And I think it must have been for kicking the ball away after the whistle had already gone for the free kick. Taken now by Nicholas. Oh, he pulled it behind them all, Andy Melville. Nicholas looks for support from Bowen. Offside. Luxembourg had streamed out, and there must have been 3 Welsh players offside. Well, Hellers should have known better. One of the 2 professionals, and a thoughtful Paul Philippe, and an agitated Paul Philippe. Again, it's a good deep kick from Southall. Little flick on was by Rush, and Mark Hughes looked as though he was obstructed. Surely there wasn't any doubt about that. Marcel Bossy, I think it was, who took his job of shepherding Mark Hughes a little bit too literally, and he seems to be holding Hughes off, and that's given Wales a free kick in a really central position. Well, there's no doubt that Wales have looked much more positive at the start of this second half than they did throughout the whole of the first. Now, will Phillips hit this one again? Speed's there, and Phillips. And it was Gary Speed who took responsibility. A little thought going through his mind, I'm sure, of how delighted he would have been to have got his first international goal tonight. His 9th cap, but that was always well high of the target. Giray offside against Langus. Hughes steps inside one, still Hughes, he scooped it, Bowen's coming on the end of it. And it was Giray who just took it away from Mark Bowen. The missed kick from Mark Hughes, almost picking out the fullback. And Wales come forward again. And he's pretty quick, David Phillips, but he's not that quick. Missed the last 2 international matches through injury. And tonight winning his 33rd cap. Only 1 goal that he scored in that time, and that was in a European Championship qualifying game back in 1987. Young's header. Hughes, space on the right there. David Phillips, who stayed forward. This is a great break by Wales. Oh, he didn't get it over the first man. And that's a Welsh ball, but that looked the best break of them all. Phillips able to carry the ball right into the edge of the penalty area, and he didn't get it over the first defender. But Wales with a free kick. And there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on in that box. The header was from Andy Melville. Well, it was a real rough and tumble in that penalty area when that free kick came in. There was pushing and shoving. Andy Melville, who finally got a head on it, and a couple of feet wide of the post. Hasn't yet scored, Andy Melville, for Wales. Tonight his 10th international. Malje. As he squeezed it through to Langers. Wide for Hughes to chase. Rushes in the middle. Good clearance. Young got there first. Good football by David Phillips. What a stirring second half this is. It's a great ball in. Rijswijk at full stretch. What an extraordinary transformation. This is Hellers getting through. They've got 3-on-3 here. Bowen's getting across. This is Weiss. Robbie Langers. And still the warning is there for Wales. Despite all the pressure that they've had at the start of this second half. And Terry Yorath has seen enough. Young Ryan Giggs, the 17-year-old Manchester United player, comes on for his second cap, having become the youngest ever Welsh international when he came on for the last 6 minutes of the game against Germany. And this may be a bit of a gamble because Ryan Giggs has replaced the sweeper Andy Melville. 17 years, 321 days was the age of Ryan Giggs when he won that first Welsh cap, beating the previous youngest, John Charles. Rush. Oh, and he was nearly on the end of the ball, having just come on. What an astonishing turnabout that would have been. Rush has looked so much sharper in this second half. Hughes, who won the header, and Giggs, who's literally just walked onto the field, must have only been a foot away. Hellers. Phillips can give this back to Southall, who'll bring it right to the edge of the area. It's Beersons who won the header. Wales have it back. Hughes. Oh. He thought about hitting it first time, Mark Hughes. Peels for handball, and it's given. It's given. Wales have a penalty. And the Hungarian official brushes away the protests. And it's no good. That's Malje. They all want to have their say, but the penalty is given, and I haven't yet seen a referee change his mind. And now Malje looks as though he's going to be booked. And this will be the 5th Luxembourg player to be cautioned. And it doesn't make any difference. The penalty is given. And here it is. Mark Hughes tried to chip it in with the outside of his foot, and it's the captain in the number 8, Carlo Weiss, who handled Paul Bodin, who's just come on as a substitute. He's given his chance to score his 3rd penalty for Wales. And what a priceless one this is. The man who's struggled to get into Crystal Palace's first team this season has made it 1-0. The keeper went the right way, but there was too much power on the shot. And finally, Wales have made the breakthrough. Paul Bodin looked the coolest man in the National Stadium because there were 20-odd thousand people on the edge of their seats. And in fairness, it's no more than Wales have deserved for their second half performance, because they've really put Luxembourg under pressure. Peter Nicholas just having a word with the referee and telling him that the time's up. And he signals, he whistles, it's 1-0 to Wales, and they've done it. It's the end of a terrific campaign in the European Championship qualifying Group 5, and it's a great night for Peter Nicholas, the captain, as he wins that record 73rd cap. Wales finished the group top, now with 9 points, and that puts the pressure on Germany, who have 6 with 2 games left. If Belgium can beat Germany in Belgium next Wednesday night, Wales will have achieved what appeared the impossible, and they will have qualified for the European Championships in Sweden next summer. It's all down to the match next Wednesday, but Wales did their part tonight thanks to that Paul Bodin penalty.